And you are looking live at Philadelphia. My name is Jay Mervis, the author of the Hammerdown Roadshow, where we're going to put the hammer down and talk trends, tech, and tunes here on the Hammerdown Roadshow. A couple of housekeeping things. We are really on the roadshow. We're on the Ransomware Roadshow right now. Last night we were in New York City. Today we're in Philadelphia. Tomorrow we are in DC. We'll go to Atlanta next week. Then we're on Boston, Hartford, Connecticut. I feel like Howard Dean, who we're going to go here, we're going to go here, we're going to go there. And we've got our first webinar on Friday. I've got Pete Metzger from Cure Agility with me on the first webinar, and we will put the hammer down and talk tech on that. But today's episode, episode 2, for the Star Wars fans out there, is ransomware, right? So the trend, how is that impacting our healthcare customers, right? And we'll talk about the provider side first. The provider side, what does it cost? It costs right around $6.5 million every time there's an incident, right? 88% of organizations in the provider space have said, yes, we have been impacted by ransomware. And 41% of those say there's been operational downtimes impacted, which means they can't provide patient care, right? We don't want anybody to go through that, right? Anybody in the security business, defense in depth, and how do we make things better for our customers, enable them to protect their environments, because healthcare is under attack. Like last week, we talked about the global geopolitical world, what's going on with all that, and there's kind of some open season on the healthcare business. So technology, one of the ways we address this trend with technology is Fortinet's Fabric, right? So if you don't know the Fortinet Fabric story, is we have our Fortinet OS, which we call a Fabric, which interconnects and integrates all of our products that we have, which is roughly 50 products in our portfolio. It also allows us to connect into an ecosystem of 450 different partners. Some of our competitors, we integrate their products better into the Fortinet OS and the stack, whether it's through FortiGate or FortiNAC. And we have huge impact on how we can, adhere to defense in depth, because we'd love to back up a Forti truck and just take out everybody's environment and go from FortiGate to Forti everything, but it's not reasonable. So we do, our folks in the back end do a great job of integrating all those, and the ecosystem is where we deliver some of that value as well. So most customers, we've had some feedback from Gartner first, where they're actually ranking the mesh architecture, which really aligns to Fortinet's Fabric. So if you want to go through that story, I'm happy to get on with my team. Email us at healthcare@fortinet.com. We've got a talented team that can go through that. The other part of what we're working on too is the ecosystem, right? So we have 450 different partners in there, so we can scale out that way with getting ahead of ransomware. And there's some other products. We're probably going to come back to the ransomware talk again, but like I said, tonight we're in Philly, tomorrow we're in DC, next Wednesday we're in Atlanta. So if you want to come and sit down, we're on the Ransomware Roadshow with WWT, right? So part of, the tunes component of this is going to make it a little bit interesting, right? So on the tunes component of this, we were in New York yesterday, we're in Philly today, and had a bunch of different ideas. None of it was really fluid and organic, but for the ransomware topic, what I think is most important and I think would really resonate is the band today is Bon Jovi, okay? Because Bon Jovi, we drove through the countryside in New Jersey, and they made New Jersey famous to me when I was a kid, because I had no idea where New Jersey was. But from a band perspective, last time I really wanted to align the band to the people that were doing what we're working on within the business, right? So it's interesting because today the band that we're out on tour with, we have Chris Black from Worldwide, who actually is a singer, who would be the singer. We got Ron Plesko, who will not state where he's from because he's a pretty significant guy, but he's actually a drummer. I've got Troy Ament, who he will play lead guitar. I would play rhythm guitar because that's probably what I would be best at. And then I got Matt Larkin, who is our bass player and would double as our tour guide. And the two songs that I think are most important from Bon Jovi would be Living on a Prayer. We do not want any customer praying. We actually had a call with a customer when I started about, 15 months ago, where they said, our strategy is to pray, and we don't want anybody to do that. So give us a call, DM me. Let's get together. And the other one is runaway. A ransomware situation, we do not want anyone to have a runaway situation, right? And I can hear those keyboards pounding. We probably have a guest keyboardist. We can bring in somebody that we're on tour with. Every night's a different person to play keyboards for us now. But today the ransomware is the topic. You're looking live at Philadelphia. We've got other content out there. I want to give a shout out to Sean Riley, Mr. Walkie Talkie. He runs retail, OT, and healthcare here with all our vertical strategy at Fortinet. He's got a lot of content, and we do have cross-pollinating topics, right? I'll be out with the crew tonight. If you want to sit down at our ransomware dinner or meet with us, send me a note. We're talking to customers. Sometimes it's not a security problem. Sometimes it's people, process, technologies, right? So have a great day. Thanks for tuning in to the Hammerdown Roadshow. Just remember, Friday, the first webinar, a few seats left, and then the 29th, we have another webinar. That's the Liberty Bell going off. That's pretty wild. So everybody have a great day. Thanks for tuning in to the Hammerdown Roadshow.